So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first
Hello.
episode of Persona Spotlight. I'm Shreyas Kalyan, and this is.
And this is hello guys, my name is Assassin Wade.
And today you're actually listening to the first episode of Persona Spotlight. This is actually I've been dreaming of this podcast for a long time. I wanted to know a lot of people from the other side of what they actually want and what they actually talk and think about. So today we've got my real dear friend. Yeah, you tell your name.
Assassin Wade.
Yeah,
So hello guys.
yeah. We start with "Hello World." That's how like normal stuff start.
All right. So you're supposed to say it right. So you
Yeah,
say
"Hello World." Oh my,
hello world.
wow. Okay, so Persona Spotlight is like a place where I get to know a lot of people. I get to know what they think and what's kind of. You can go through everything. You can go through jokes and you talk a lot of common stuff. So this is kind of like that playground where you do what you want and build your own castles. So we start religiously by talking about
YouTube.
yeah,
Yes.
this lockdown and COVID situation has actually taught us a lot about YouTube, and we have to we watch YouTube like religiously, like every day. We just get bored,
Yes.
we go on YouTube.
Yeah, I get bored. I wanna get a tutorial for something. I wanna watch gameplay videos, everything on YouTube. So yeah, I guess I'm a religious person who watches YouTube every day.
And you don't have to tell me. I'm a content creator as well. So for those of you who don't know and are actually first time listening to this without looking at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/slash Shreyas Kalyan. So
Yes guys, please do check his channel out. It's really good.
yeah, thanks,
I
mate.
have.
So we're gonna be starting off with what kind of YouTube content do you actually like? What kind of YouTube content do you actually like?
Yeah, I like memes and I like gameplay videos.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're a gamer. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
what?
that's true.
Yeah, you. What kind of games are you actually good at? I'm not that big of a gamer, but I'm asking.
Well, personally, right now, I'm just used to, I'm not that of a competitive gamer. I'm just an average gamer, and I like games. I like battle royale games such as Apex Legends or Fortnite, or I even like fun games which are not that competitive, such as Rocket League. So yeah,
Oh yeah, Rocket League. Yeah, I've kind of started liking Rocket League. Okay, for those of
yeah,
you
it's a
who are
pretty good
actually
game.
listening, I'm telling you guys one thing. I don't like Fortnite that much. I don't like competitive and battle royale games that much. I'm kind of like a racing game person and like first person stuff. I'm kind of like I like racing games. I think many people are gonna hate me for this, but hey, revealing the truth.
Yeah, everybody has their own choice.
Yeah. So if you talk about other stuff, like if your favorite YouTuber perhaps.
My favorite YouTuber. Well, yeah. I didn't mention this before, but I do like tech videos also. So I do love Marcus Brownlee. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think you've told me this before, but yeah, you do like Marcus Manley. I also have my same share. I used to watch a lot of Unbox Therapy before, but now I'm a bit of I watch a lot of stuff. I watch Unbox Therapy, Linus Tech Tips, Marcus Brownlee. What
Yeah,
else
so
we
do
got?
I like Austin Evans,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
Austin
my
Evans.
favorite, my
His
favorite.
famous thing. Hey guys, this is Austin.
Yeah, that
I mean,
famous
like
thing.
a lot of people are actually a fan of that. You
That's
can
true.
you can disagree. Also,
Yeah.
speaking of a lot of YouTube stuff, I've seen in the previous year, especially with YouTube going on this crazy campaign of people going into YouTube and changing stuff. How has actually YouTube changed your life?
Um, I mean, it has changed my life in a lot of aspects. Like if I'm a gamer, so to learn some moves, YouTube might have changed it, or to get some tutorial to learn something, YouTube has changed it. So recently, I had an I had a course, a free Excel course, which
Oh
I which I
wow,
learned which I learned from YouTube. So
oh,
yeah, YouTube has helped me, achieve
yeah.
some things or learn some skills. So yeah, that's why I like YouTube. I love it
Damn.
actually.
Actually, like YouTube actually is not bad. People say like YouTube is bad, but YouTube actually meets two ends. It meets
Yeah, it
knowledge
does.
and entertainment. But that's kind of like a
Exactly.
nice part. By the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone or any YouTube. So please don't take me like I'm just doing stuff for YouTube. I'm a
Oh
YouTuber,
yeah,
that's it.
we're not. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
If this video is sponsored, it's sponsored anything by Raid Shadow Legends. Oh my god.
No, it's not.
No.
But yes,
Nah.
Ray Shadow Legends is the sponsor that is taking over YouTube.
Yeah.
Literally every YouTuber
Like
wants it
especially
there.
especially
Videos.
Linus segues. The ironic segues make how things work.
Exactly.
And like with the rising rate of like sponsors and stuff, people just go out of their way to make segues. Especially and Linus Tech Tips has like a talent in that, and a lot of people admire him for that, especially with memes and segues. His segues become a lot of memes, a heck a lot of memes.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah. And yeah, for those of you who don't know Segway, a Segway is like a thing where they actually introduce their sponsors. Like they just talk about something and they catch on to something from there and they introduce their sponsor. It's kind of like a wicked way. You should watch Linus Tech Tips to know that. Linus is a king.
So basically, just to clear it up, is it that they're just talking about something and then they'll just relate the sponsor to something and then they'll
Yeah,
just bring it up?
yeah, yeah. Like
Oh yes, that
Segways
happens.
that happens a lot. That's especially made so that it's kind of relevant to what the host is talking to. Like if he's talking about something like electronics and stuff, and a keyboard
Yeah.
company has
So
host there, so it's something like that. But
yeah,
hey,
or for example,
everybody
if we
has
talk
their
about electronics, so the safety will come in the issue, and then VPNs come saying
yeah.
that, oh yeah, VPNs, you can use this to secure your electronic devices. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what a segue is, I guess.
Speaking of VPNs and stuff, last year we're gonna be talking a lot about 2020 in this podcast, so
Oh
it might
yes,
be actually useful. So
because
actually,
2020 has been a roller coaster. It has it.
yeah,
It had its ups
extreme,
and downs.
extreme
Yes.
roller coaster. Especially like with everything from content creation boosts to a lot of drops as well. Like there's been a lot of negativity going on, and people are like, "Oh my god, 2020 was the worst year of my life." Not gonna lie,
Exactly.
even I would actually agree to it. I had a lot of
Same here.
a lot of expectations going down, but hey, it was still a year. You can erase it off.
Yeah, we did learn things from it.
True. And like instead of speaking of the negative stuff of 2020, we're going to be going into the positive stuff of 2020
Yes.
right now.
Let's focus on the positive stuff in our
Yeah,
life.
like what it has actually taught us. Like for example, like there's been a hell on hell number of boosts in YouTube channels. Like every celebrity has a YouTube channel right now. I don't
I
believe
know,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And a lot of channels which were small time YouTubers below before 2020 now they are literally channels with
yeah.
millions of subscribers. Oh my god.
It's mostly because of like people got so bored in their houses, and like some people even like they started a career, and like 2020 has actually helped people realize what they are actually born for or what they are made for, and
Oh
like
yeah.
their
And their
destinies
skills,
and stuff.
their skills inside them, so that it's basically they have got a lot of exposure
Yeah,
with the
it
help
has
of YouTube.
helped them in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
especially and if we talk about the great events that happened in 2020, like for example Donald Trump killing TikTok in the US, from
Oh
that.
yeah. He was about to, but then right now he has been banned from TikTok.
I mean, like he left office. We can't complain.
I mean, yeah, but then isn't he like banned from all the social media platforms?
Wait, he is?
Yes, he was recently banned because he was talking about stuff that's not good on social media.
Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm never this blank, but all right. I didn't know this.
Oh,
So even like if you talk about other events that happen, like for example, they've got eco-friendly charger removers and
uh, well, we know what name pops in our mind right now.
yeah, everything it dates back 4 years ago to the headphone jack and removing the
Uh,
headphone jack dongle And now
Yeah,
we've got removing chargers. And yeah, guess what? Samsung also removed it,
yeah,
and
that's
the
true. They
whole
just
thing
follow
is
the
gonna go,
trends.
and it's gonna
Uh,
become a big trend. I'm telling you.
and yeah, the name is drum roll. Yeah, Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, put a drum roll behind that because it's a legendary company. But like, I'm not complaining.
I know, right?
What their actually their focus was good, but what they tried to do, or like what they tried to do was wrong. Like, removing chargers will not actually help them. Like, if they remove chargers, they're just removing like one piece of plastic with a charger, and people are not necessarily not using their chargers at all. People do use their chargers because it's a fast charger, especially like for the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 11. They started giving fast charging support with the charger, but as they just started on the iPhone 11, they stopped giving charges at all on the iPhone 12.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for the people who didn't have an iPhone 11,
Yeah.
because they just have to buy a really expensive charger right now.
Yeah, and especially like people, there's going like so many memes on the thing. Like, every people are like, "Oh my god, I just get a 5 watt charger with my iPhone 11. Why give a charger at all?" And Apple goes like, "Okay," and like, oh my god, people make memes out of everything.
I know. Yeah, as I said, I love these kind of memes.
Yeah, especially with even when Apple released its Pro Display XDR, especially with the Pro stand, everybody went crazy. $1,000 for a Pro
Stand.
stand. People
Yeah,
went really crazy. People are like, wait,
they went
$1,000 for the
bonkers
Pro stand,
for a stand. Yeah, that's
and
that's just not
memes.
acceptable.
Yeah, it's kind of not acceptable because of the fact that you don't have you lose some functions. But even though the Pro stand still stands there as the meme king, because everybody would be like, a mug. Apple sells a mug for $5,000. The cup holder will be like $1,000, and Tim Cook comes in between and tells $700 for the glue. Like, bruh.
What?
Oh my god. That does just mean like there's been so many memes, so many ideas, and like so many fast changing trends on in 2020. Like, generally, if you take 2019, trends almost like stayed for almost 2 or 3 or 6 months. But like in 2020, they
But
didn't
right
even
now,
last. Most of the trends didn't even last like two
yeah,
weeks.
they just kept on coming, kept on coming.
They just kept
Yeah,
on
that's
coming, and like people were like blown off. Like, their minds were so blown off because of those memes. Like, although Among Us did stay for a long time, but it died
but
eventually.
now, but now it's just called a dead game.
Yeah, rip Among Us, even though you're not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like there's been a lot of like things going on trend. Like, everybody, there's been a lot of hype stuff, and surprisingly in 2020, Apple released like a budget minded phone, which wasn't so
Yeah.
budget in a lot of places. And like, speaking of these budget phones and stuff, Apple released, like, especially in India, the hectic prices of iPhone 12. Everybody makes
Oh,
so
so
many
expensive.
memes out of it.
Yeah, I know,
You
right?
like, there was this other meme, and this was really really popular. Like, you could just go to Dubai, and you can buy an iPhone, you can spend some time over there, you can come back and still save money. Like, it's
Yeah,
that
if when
expensive.
compared to the price of iPhone
Yeah,
12 in India, that's true.
I mean, like, people in India, if you compare them to like the other markets, they're actually like they have like a less economy. So it's maybe because of the taxes and duties, but you can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really change it, but
Yeah.
I guess just go to Dubai.
I mean, like, if Corona allows you to, special countries.
Yeah, that's true though.
And especially like the pandemic has also like grown its way out. Because of the pandemic, also a lot of companies have changed. Like, we were talking about Razer the other day, Razer Project Hazel, like the
Oh
smart
yes.
mask. And Razer
Yeah.
is like this weird company that does good stuff, but in a weird way. Like, people admire Razer's way of doing good stuff. Like, for example, suddenly like turning one of its factories into producing surgical grade masks. That was like
Yeah.
amazing, actually.
That was really amazing because it
Yeah.
helped a lot of people.
Even a lot of celebrities and a lot of like companies, they also donated to the pandemic. Like, Apple's product Red line, it used to be for the AIDS, but now it's for the pandemic, and that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty good. So
Yeah.
a lot of companies and people are contributing to help overcome this pandemic.
Yeah, and like people are like kind of like grateful right now. Like they can actually see companies become more humane. Like before, they
Yeah,
used to think like
show their human
companies
side. Yeah,
companies are like business oriented and stuff. But now, for like when they started like supplying and like donating stuff, that's actually pretty good, and
yeah,
that
that's
gives the companies like a lot more image.
yeah. It increases their image and their brand name and stuff a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess pretty good for the people and the
So
company.
I wanted to ask you something. So in recent times, what do you like majorly like follow on? Like there must be some trend that you might follow on. I don't know.
Trend. I don't know. I'm not so sure because I don't really follow a lot of trends.
Oh, okay. So if we like take the topic of trends, what would you consider as the dumbest trend of like the whole like trend thingy? Like you could tell any timeline this was the dumbest trend ever.
Mm, maybe maybe some challenges that are on TikTok which are harmful for people.
Oh yeah, TikTok. TikTok has actually like contributed in a lot of ways, but it has actually made people go mad in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, that's true for the followers, for
Yeah,
the extra likes. I'm not so sure. I'm not even on TikTok,
even
but for
me.
all that stuff, people have gone mad. There have been. I'm not so sure about this, but I think there have been some. There was some trend in which you uh ate a lot of a particular medicine, and then it gives you a pale skin sort of effect or something like that, and it basically it's kind of a makeup or something. So one or two girls died because they overdosed themselves on that medicine. So
Damn.
how unfortunate is that just for a
Yeah,
trend?
and sometimes when people even showcase those kind of dumb trends, they also like tend to like cheat a lot of stuff. Sometimes they cheat, but the person who actually sees it, it's kind of real. Sometimes you're not able to identify if it's real or fake, and you just try to do it in real for like that kick, but
Oh yeah, that's
instead that gives you bad effects.
many trends. It might have started as a fake, but people actually try to do it for real,
Yeah,
and it basically harms them a lot.
yeah.
So I
Also,
guess
like
don't repeat the fake trends.
yeah, and like these trends that have actually been going on 2020, like take for example COVID. When it first came, like it came around in late 2019 in
Oh yeah,
China,
yes,
and like people didn't freak out that much. But once like everybody, a lot of people started panicking, and that
and it
panicking
spread throughout
vibes,
the world.
and
Yeah,
like it threw up the world, and slowly people just started like thinking that this was something. I still see a lot of people crowding and stuff, and they're not even bothered. They don't actually
yeah,
care.
they're not even worried. They're not
Yeah. It's
bothered.
like
I don't know why.
yeah. It's like how hype dies. Like you announce something, a product comes, and then like after some time
Oh yeah, you just get
everybody
used
like
to it.
looks
Oh
it
yeah, it's
and it
there. Okay,
dies.
yeah.
And it's still there.
So
I mean like
so
people
when
don't have that fear of like
anymore?
it's not necessary to be fearful, but hey, you should at least be a bit concerned.
Yeah, a bit concerned. A bit. You should
Yeah.
spread awareness, be aware of it. But yeah, I guess. I mean, people are people.
People are people. People's we're all human. We can't complain. We can't complain.
Yeah, we can't complain.
And even like speaking of tech stuff, what was your favorite tech event of 2020?
Tech event. Um.
Or like a tech product or something like you like this thing of 2020 which came out in 2020.
A tech product. I'm not so sure.
I mean like there must be your favorite. Like there's new consoles which came, there's new graphics
Oh yes,
cards,
yes, yes, yes,
there's
yes,
new
yes.
mobile phones.
Now I got it. There's PS5, there's Xbox Series X, there's the RTX 3090. Oh
Yeah.
yes, now I remember all of this.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's like 2020 was like, oh my god, over a year ago, which is
there were
actually
so
true.
many things that just.
Yeah, actually like 2020 or even though things were actually pushed, it didn't like it didn't make up for the fact that there was a pandemic, so you guys can't get this, I'm sorry. Although like the stocks did, but the products didn't. The products kept releasing. Like you can go and yeah,
Oh
but
yes,
you can go and buy a Series Xbox Series X or a PS5 right now because
but
like
the
the
only
stocks are
problem is
done.
you'll have to wait a lot. But yeah, the product is there.
Yeah, it's like the announcement. The announcement gives up that hype. And like holy smokes, I saw this that day, like on a website or something. PS5 boxes. PS5 boxes sell for like three
Oh
hundred
yeah,
dollars.
on eBay. Yeah, that's true. So expensive just for a box so that you can
Yeah,
show the
you
world
can
that I
almost get the
have a
you can go
PS5
almost
box.
get if you just wait for some time. You can just get the console for like $400 or $500 and just walk
Yeah,
away.
that's true.
Simple. Like you get the
Uh,
console.
and people are actually buying the boxes.
Yeah,
I don't know why
that's the
to
worst
maybe
part.
show the world that they have a box.
Like
I don't know what.
this something like this also happened when like Fortnite got banned on app stores and stuff. Especially
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah, especially like I saw Lou later that day and he was like complaining on like people like special like iPhone 11s and 11 Pros which actually run Fortnite the season 3 or something. I'm not
yeah,
really sure with Fortnite. So like that
mm,
was running and people buy them for like almost $10,000.
yeah. The and they actually buy them.
Yeah.
The Apple devices which have Fortnite in them. I mean, you can buy the world grade PC which can run Fortnite
Yeah,
for
but
thousand
like there's
dollars.
just some hardcore people. Even like Fortnite even had like a problem with Google Play Store, but Google Play Store got okay, I guess,
Yeah,
or did it?
yeah. I There is no Fortnite on Google Play Store, right? I think you need to download the Epic Launcher.
Wow, but like it didn't. But like for Samsung users were pretty happy. Like they still had access to
Oh yeah, they
Fortnite.
still had access to Fortnite. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Galaxy Store and stuff. And like people were like, "Whoa, dude, I need a Samsung phone right now."
Yeah, that's true. Cause
Especially like how they show in the Samsung ads. Whoa, is that a Samsung phone? Is that a
is the
Samsung phone?
Samsung phone, does that have that much stuff? Does it have
Oh my god.
so much battery? Does it
Those
have three
advertising
cameras?
stuff actually
So yeah,
came in real life, especially after that Fortnite ban. People got like, "Whoa, is that a Samsung phone?" Oh my god. I just
I,
said that word like 3 times or something right now.
yeah, because people actually got like that. They were like, "Oh, is that a Samsung phone? Oh, I need to get one. I need to play Fortnite."
Oh my god. Okay. So like other stuff which actually happened like but like a bit of bad stuff did happen regarding in 2020 about products. Like what was the worst thing that happened in 2020 for you?
For me, I don't know. I wasn't able to go back to my home country for another year as I had planned to go. So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess Corona.
I mean, like everybody's plans were like miserable. Especially like
Yeah,
some people like they just came in the nick of time, like for their luck,
yeah,
or
that's
like
true.
sometimes people just had like no luck and they were stuck somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
they had to stuck. They were stuck there over there for a while because you can't go back or you have to be quarantined. So yeah, it was a difficult situation for us all.
and like even like people were like they emptied the shops and emptied the roads. They emptied like the roads literally looked like humans were extinct or something.
Oh yes, the lockdown, the curfews
Oh my
all
god.
around the globe.
It
Oh yeah.
really spooked a lot of times. And like sometimes I really wanted to get something. Like for example, my birthday came around when the lockdown was there. I couldn't get
Uh-huh.
anything. I felt so sad. That was kind of like a sad birthday. And like you couldn't invite no anybody at home because it was a lockdown. That was
Yeah,
really lonely. That was really lonely.
yeah. I feel bad for you because my birthday was it's in October, right? So it
Yeah.
was before the Corona news came out. So I could invite my friends. So yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean
I
like
don't.
that's really sad. Especially like in our ages we'd be like extreme fun. Let's have like the extreme fun and stuff.
Oh
But
yes,
Corona just ruined everything like so
we
easily.
couldn't go out. We couldn't go to the restaurants. We couldn't buy stuff
Yeah,
from malls. Oh my God, it was horrible.
it
But
was really horrible. But hey, we're healing. The earth is healing.
yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
healing.
Vaccines are coming.
Yeah.
It'll be sorted.
Oh, yeah, the vaccines were also coming. Like, how many vaccines, especially after the pandemic started, how many
Yeah.
people spread fake news about vaccines? Like, everybody was like,
Oh
oh,
yes.
Thailand
You
is
know,
making one. Yeah.
in the start, one was Russia is making one. One was one was yeah, Thailand is making one, and then these medications. Some people thought that India is making
Yeah,
the vaccine. So there were so many rumors, but right now,
yeah,
thank God, the testing is going on, and I
yeah,
guess
and
it
like,
will come.
but actually, like from what I have actually heard, Russia did actually come out with a proper like a vaccine, but the problem was that Russia actually like um Russia kind of like they use that like gave it for testing or something. Like there's this, I think there's this international council for like a certifying if that vaccine is actually useful. But like Russia was kind of impatient and it started implanting it on a lot of like their citizens, I guess,
Oh yeah,
if I'm correct.
that could have happened.
Yeah, that also happened. And like some people had like health concerns and stuff. And when I asked a lot of people like, are you going to wait for that vaccine to be like a bit proper or like
Would you
proper so
rather
that
just put it
yeah,
right now?
I was like are you a bit concerned about vaccines and stuff? One person actually told me if you have only two things to do. Either you just get corona and like get hospital and then you get treated on you by your own body and then you come out like with a proper immune system and lead life, or you can just get the vaccine and just lead normal life, because normal life has to go. You can't just
Oh
stop to make these kind of decisions, and these kind of decisions actually take, if you just stop for them, they take a lot of time and you can lead a normal life very happily. You just have two things, and like, that was a really wise decision actually, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. But then the problem is that with the vaccine you can, but then chances are for some people,
Yeah,
you might just be uh you might be harmed because of the virus when you go to the hospital or something. So yeah,
yeah. So also like, so 2020 has actually been a big roller coaster for all of us, but hey, you can't complain. I'm telling you again and again, it's still
yeah,
filled with positivity. Anything you look at negative,
everything
it
is for
still
the best.
has some positive stuff. You learn from the experience. The experience actually teaches you something.
Yeah, people learned a lot of skills, a lot of stuff during the lockdown.
Yeah,
As
especially like especially these skill factors. Like there was a lot of stuff going on, like how you can cook in the lockdown, how you can bake, how you can do some DIY and stuff. That actually
oh
boomed the
yeah,
internet.
yeah, I know, right? So a
Yeah,
lot of people, as we were talking about YouTube, many
yeah,
people learn their skills and put it on YouTube, or the people who wanted to learn the skills, they went on YouTube.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
even
it
my
was.
father during lockdown,
Oh,
he just learned the skill as his, and then his bank, the his workplace, they asked him what he learned, and everybody had learned like cooking, dancing, or something like that. So yeah, I guess people have developed during this lockdown.
yeah. And like even I've seen a lot of other people like they put their skills, like you told me like you were on YouTube that day and you learned
Yeah,
a lot of Excel and stuff. That was also
yeah,
like really nice. And especially like online schooling. Whoa. That's all
oh,
like the huge thing. Even
I know,
now
right?
in a lot of countries they've started doing regular schooling as well. Post corona. People are like not taking much of care, like corona is there. Corona is like normal cold in a lot of places, especially in the US and India. Like you can see a lot of people go like this is like a common cold or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. They'll just go out on the streets, just live as if absolutely nothing is going on,
Yeah,
and then
that's mostly because they've actually gotten used to this thing. If you get corona you get admitted, or if you don't you can just go be on your way or just get
oh
a
yeah,
vaccine, especially now
they'll,
that the
they'll just
vaccines have
be like
come.
they'll just be like, some people are like, oh, corona can't affect me. I do
Yeah.
this, I do that, so
Nah.
it can't affect me.
Yeah,
And
actually,
compare,
have a laugh at them. Actually, it's not. We're all mere mortal humans. Nobody's like a
yeah,
superstitious god over here.
yeah,
We
you
all
can't
get
just do
infected.
something if you can't just do something and you won't get the
Yeah.
virus.
Also,
And
like if you can see, there's a lot of other things also going on because of this corona. A lot of businesses also come up, like online businesses. Huge impact.
oh
Impact in the
yeah,
sense like a positive impact. Like
I'm pretty
businesses are
sure that
booming.
I did not. I'm pretty sure that I did not know about Zoom before Corona, but now it's
Yeah.
just so um so popular. Everybody uses it for. online school. I'm not saying just Zoom, but yeah, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, especially this online video conferencing, people have stepped up their game. I've seen a lot of people change from like webcams, got serious about their webcams, changed it from like webcams to even 4K cinema cameras, bro. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
so awesome.
just
Like
for their conferences and
yeah,
stuff.
especially like I've seen people go way out of their way to get like expensive webcams, like expensive in the sense like almost like they pay around $2,000 even sometimes for a
Just
webcam.
just for a webcam for
Yeah,
your conferences or
yeah.
some meetings.
Mm.
That's I mean, yeah, have started to give importance to stuff they didn't give importance to before.
Yeah, I mean, like
For example,
I
washing hands.
legitimately didn't give like importance to like, oh, I might need webcam someday. Let me just get use my phone or something. But now, like, I use it like literally every day for school, and that's a bit of like irresponsibility on my side. I was like, oh my god, I never knew this would happen.
So yeah, I guess
And like
the people.
especially like the value market, like value for your money. That's why Apple came out with like the iPhone SE. You got OnePlus Nord, Google Pixel 4a. People are like, because of the fact that people were getting pay cuts and some were even getting kicked out of their jobs, people
Oh
needed
yeah,
something for their value. Like the prices actually, some of them came down, but most of them went right up because of the fact that they were like uh
less workers. People
less
weren't buying a
worker.
lot because they didn't have much money.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
like the resources were less. You couldn't do a lot of shipping and stuff. So like it was at times really expensive or really less. It was like in two extremes.
that's true. Either they'll make a very budgety phone, a phone with budget, or a really expensive phone for the luxury. So yeah.
Yeah, but like it just doesn't apply to like phones and stuff. It even applied to like food and everything. And like 24-hour stores, they started only operating around 10 hours a day.
Yeah, that's true.
And like people were like, "Oh, what do I do now?" And like because people had like a normal way of going, and suddenly because of this bomb, they had to shape themselves up. And especially
Yeah,
like
their whole lifestyle, the things they were used to, they
yeah,
had to not get used to it. So yeah.
yeah, and especially like people now, they're kind of getting like they also like in the, if you notice like in the lockdown, they were really getting psychologically impacted as well, especially
Oh
with
yeah,
like
some people who lived alone, they didn't have anybody to talk to.
yeah,
So I guess they were impacted a lot because it's difficult to live alone, right? So
yeah, and especially like if you see, not only just live alone. Sometimes even like if you're like, what if you're like a middle-aged man or woman, or like you're old, you don't have people to come and give you medicines for, like they live
oh yeah,
far away or something, or you're just
or even
stuck in between a holiday or something. What do you do
or
then?
even or even your whole family, or you're not used to used to them breathing down your neck the whole day. So
Yeah,
so that must have impacted them. They didn't have their privacy. So yeah, it did impact a lot of people physically
like people got like
and psychologically.
yeah, especially like if you see psychologically, some people have like really cramped up houses, and like they don't have a lot of much to do. Like actually, the proverb "idle mind is the devil's workshop" came true this last year.
Oh yes, they were just sitting, and they didn't know what to do, and their space was so crammed up. I guess it was a devil workshop in their
Yeah, a
mind.
lot of people went mad, went crazy out of this stuff. Sometimes they would have extreme mood swings. I've actually experienced that with myself as well,
Oh yes,
especially
true,
when you
true,
cram.
true, true, true. So I didn't know what to do, and the whole day I was stuck on my screen. So when I wasn't there on my laptop or on a screen, I just had terrible mood swings. I was kind of grumpy. So yeah, I guess not so good.
I know, right? Especially, but again, we're coming back to the same point: positivity in everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So okay, so we're actually gonna talk about some more tech right now. Like if you we were talking about graphics card earlier, like especially with people mining graphics cards as well.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen a hype for this big of a hype for a graphic card till now for the RTX 3090 because
Yeah.
people have been sitting all day long, all morning, all night just for a graphic card. in
Yeah, it's
lines.
like one of those iPhone lines, like where people would
Yeah.
go out of their way to get iPhones. But like even in this Corona situation, people did that. So that's the fascinating thing about that.
Oh yeah, they weren't worried about the virus. All they
Yeah,
wanted was uh, uh,
a
a
damn
graphic card.
graphics card, a damn
Yeah, I
graphics
know.
card. I know, like even though if it was worth the wait, you should always like take in consideration of like what you're in what situation you're actually doing
Oh
it.
yeah, the circumstances. Like
Yeah,
you're crammed up. There's no social distancing or what. So yeah, I guess
but I'm
people
a
did
bit
that.
thankful that some people actually did care about that, even though they did wait in line for a graphics card or something. They wore their mask, they stayed safe. It was
Yeah,
pretty
some
good.
people did. The
Yeah,
people who actually wanted to stay safe.
and especially like people stepped up their game and like especially like Twitch saw a lot of users starting to like look
Oh
at it.
yeah, a lot of people bought the Twitch Premium, or many people started streaming on Twitch,
Yeah,
or not just for games. They started streaming a lot of stuff. Many people started streaming them sleeping. Many people started streaming some carpentry work just because they were, at lockdown, free at home.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess it helped a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I've even like this year has also been like a division in like before because TikTok was somewhat of a great platform before, but in 2020 it rose severely. TikTok and Twitch
Yeah,
actually like rose severely. It was around the size of YouTube because if you saw like a decade before, it was just YouTube and maybe you can consider Vimeo. I don't know, but it was
yes.
majorly of YouTube, and like a
Oh
lot of
yeah, it was
YouTube
just
people were
YouTube
there.
for everything, for entertainment, for dances, for tutorials, for
But
literally
yeah, but
everything.
it wasn't that populated that by then. But like now, after a decade, YouTube has grown so big, and at the same time, YouTube has not just grown big, but it has also got some dissected audience where they also go to TikTok as well as Twitch.
Yeah, there's apps and social media platforms for everything.
Yeah,
If you like want to see short videos or some TikTok dancing trends or something like that, you can go to TikTok, or like you want to see some proper live gameplay, you can go to Twitch streams, or if you just want to see some tutorial, you can go to YouTube. So yeah, different platforms,
and even
right?
if you like, if you speak about like games and especially like really hyped up games, something that comes into your mind is Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yes, a lot. It has been hyped up for like 7 or 8 years, I think,
Yeah.
and yeah, people didn't like it that much because of the glitches and the bugs. But yeah, it was really hyped up.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was mostly because of the fact that CD Projekt Red, and especially like if you see on consoles, it wasn't delivering as much as you actually like wanted. Like there were a lot of
that's
bugs,
true.
there were a lot of things going on, but
And
now they're
actually, it
actually
was
coming
it
up.
was pretty alright in PC. But
Yeah,
then for the base consoles, which are PS4 and Xbox Series S, I think, no, sorry, Xbox One, it
yeah,
was it was really bad for them, as they have also been waiting for the game,
yeah,
right? But they
yeah.
they can't play it because it's just not.
Almost 7 years. Like no game has this much big of a fandom for 7 years.
I know, right? So
Yeah,
and it got delayed so much. It was first about to release in like start of 2019, and it got delayed to end of mid of, I think, in
2020. Yeah, it was
yeah,
around like
2020.
mid 2020, and it came in the end of 2020, and people were like hyping like, okay, even if it's getting like delayed a bit, it might come very nice and like,
Oh yeah, that's
mm,
true. So if you wait, then you expect a lot. So
yeah,
basically, if you wait a lot for a particular thing, you expect the results, right?
yeah,
So that's what happened with Cyberpunk. That's why it was a good game. The storyline was good, but yeah, the glitches and the bugs.
yeah, and like that really saddened people. People were like, oh my god, we waited so much for this, and people didn't even think the fact that they would not be playable. people thought that this would be like the game of the year, the game of the
Yeah, the
decade
game
or
of the
something.
year.
They didn't even
Yeah, the
think
game,
if it would be
the best game.
playable.
But
They just thought that this was gonna be amazing, the graphics. But like, I'm telling you one thing, they're actually bringing it on the bugs, and they're actually fixing everything, even on consoles. I've
but
just
like the problem is,
yeah.
right now people have that image in their mind that Cyberpunk 27
Oh yeah,
is
you can't
like
do
full of
anything about that. It's like
so
they've
you
broken your
can't really
trust on
give up.
something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about the expectations and the reality. So you
Yeah,
expected something, and then when you don't get it, you're like everything just breaks down, and you're like, oh
yeah.
my god, I don't want this, not
Yeah,
anymore.
if what if like if Epic did that, people would just abandon Fortnite, or maybe abandon Fortnite. If
Oh yeah,
Fortnite's population might have gone down, not abandoned, but like
yeah.
Fortnite's population might have gone down because of
Right
like
now, I don't think Fortnite can be abandoned. It
yeah,
might slowly die, but I don't think it can be abandoned
yeah,
because I mean it has developed a huge player base. So even if an update is not up to the par or it's really disappointing, people will play on because they know that the next update might be better. But in this one, they waited for like 8 years, and they didn't get what they wanted. So now their trust is broken, kind of. So yeah, Cyberpunk, yeah, I don't think it. There are still people who play it, but then the hype has obviously been reduced a lot. So
I
yeah, I
mean like
guess.
again, Cyberpunk, if you can take it, it didn't have really say CD Projekt Red especially didn't have like a big reputation, but Cyberpunk had to prove itself, but it didn't prove itself properly.
No,
It's kind of making up for it. Let's see how well things go by the end of this year.
yeah, it might be that Cyberpunk CD Project actually remaster Cyberpunk and make it really good, and
Yeah,
it actually became the game of the year in 2021. I don't
let's
know.
see about that. And also, like speaking of games, I'm actually wanting to ask you something. Like, what were you
Yes.
actually in the at the start of 2020? What were you really hyped up for, or what were you really like excited for in 2020?
In the start of 2020, I was hyped up for the next gen consoles, even though I knew I won't buy them. But then also I was really hyped up for it, of course.
I mean, like you still, but like minors, especially like minors in the sense like hackers and all this stuff. Some people even took away so much stuff. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube. They smash PS5s. People are like
Oh
dying.
yeah,
They're looking at PS5s and be like
people have been waiting in lines for days, not
ages.
for days and ages right now, and people are buying PS5s just to smash them.
Yeah,
I mean,
YouTubers.
obviously they paid for it,
Yeah,
but that doesn't give them the right to steal a PS5 from another person.
yeah. I mean,
I
like
mean, they
technically
have,
they weren't stealing. Technically they weren't stealing. But like,
technically they weren't stealing, but then
yeah,
the people who, for example, you are waiting in line for like 5 days right now, and then your number comes up, but then they are like, oh, you sorry, we are out of stock. And then you see hundreds of YouTubers breaking their PS5s, and then you think that if only I could have gotten that PS5. So yeah, it's the
yeah,
person whose PS5 is lost. They might think that, oh my god, they stole it from me.
yeah. It would
They
just
stole
be like
something
that
which valuable
possessive
and worth.
feeling. It would be like, oh my
Yeah,
god, he took my PS5. He took my
yeah.
PS5. He's breaking that. Oh my god, I
even
can't
though
see it.
they really,
I can't
even though
see
they
it.
didn't even pay for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about your feelings, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you can complain, but hey, PS5 stocks are out now. Even Xbox
Yeah,
Series X, it's only coming around July. I don't think a lot of people will actually be buying them because like the hype has grown
yeah,
down. They're
it
pretty
has
good.
no doubt, but the people who pre-ordered it,
Yeah,
they'll be really ecstatic to
yeah.
actually get their PS5 right now.
I've seen like a lot of people go like every day play on the PS5s with their friends and be like, Cool, bro, I got the PS5. Look at me."
Yeah, the cool factor. Oh
Yeah, the
yes, I
cool. Oh
got the
my
next
god,
gen
the flex
console.
factor, the flex.
Oh, I know.
But
Just
like,
post it, just post it on Instagram, and you're gonna get tons of likes just because you got the PS5.
yeah, and you can be like, whoa, bro, look at this, look at this. The PS5 has this, the PS5 has that. I'd be like, chill,
Yeah,
bro.
it
Not
has
much
ray
has
tracing.
actually changed, but like the internal specs have kind of changed on the PS5. Not much has actually changed on the controller. Like the controller feel is still good, and people are
Yeah.
like the only problem that people have like white. Seriously, like people didn't
Oh
like
yeah.
the white thing.
People
Like
think like the white, yeah.
yeah,
But then it has become a bit bigger for the people who have bigger
yeah.
hands, and the buttons have been
Y- a
kind of
tactile, a
remastered
bit tactile as well.
a bit tactile, and the triggers you need to press a bit more to give you the immersive feeling. So yeah,
Yeah, it has actually been like PS5 didn't actually lose hope. Something like other than Cyberpunk. CPS5 has also been like around after 7 years. After 7 years of the release of the PS4, PS5
yeah,
came, but
yeah.
it didn't give a. It didn't like give out on its promise. It actually gave like proper stuff to do.
It lived up to the expectations of
Yeah,
the people.
I mean like those people who actually couldn't get like PS5s, they ended up getting Xbox Series X eventually.
Yeah, that's true because they just wanted a console. So yeah, both of them are good.
Yeah. And also, like, if you see a lot about Tesla has also evolved in
Oh
2020.
yeah, Tesla has evolved. Finally, they gave out new models, right?
Yeah, that was like in the starting of 2021. They put their new way called new Model S called Plaid. Like it's called Plaid Model S, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it
But then
was. Yeah,
this is one of the how uh Tesla hasn't really released a lot of models, right,
yeah,
for the past few years.
yeah. I'm almost like 10 years. They haven't updated like the Model S.
Oh yeah, they have just updated the software stuff, but
Yeah,
then they haven't really released new models.
like
So
re-engineered like the whole design. The design is still like old, like 10 years. I mean, like if I look at that car and look at my car, I'd be like, bro, this is not old, this is not old.
I know.
Although like the changes were a bit minor, like the changes were not that big, but it was actually sufficient. It wasn't like a deal breaking, like bro, they gave the old design for extra price. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like it was just sufficient and enough for a Tesla.
Mm, it's true.
Although like if you could see like everybody wanted the Roadster for 2020, and like the Tesla giant truck that like we saw in the Cybertruck event.
Yeah, the Cybertruck. It was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, the Cybertruck fail was embarrassing. But like
Yeah.
everybody was like, they might come up with the truck, and everybody was like, okay, the Tesla Roadster 2020 is actually coming. And even till date, if you go to their page, it still shows like Tesla
Yeah.
Roadster, and like the
20.
thing is happening in 2021, 2020,
Exactly. Do
2020.
you, is it available to the public?
No, there will be like production will start in 2020. In 2021, they say it's
Yeah.
the production will start in 2020.
Oh my God,
Oh my
that's kind
god.
of funny.
The production has actually kind of stopped according to some reports. I think the production is about to start in 2021 again because of the pandemic stuff. Production kind of like had a halt.
Oh yeah, that's true. Every production has been halted because of the pandemic.
Yeah, that took a big hard hit actually. And like
Mhm.
people when
And also the boring company.
yeah, the Boring Company actually it didn't create a lot of headlines this year, but
Yeah.
it's actually like it's living up to its standards, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they have produced a lot of stuff. The flamethrower
Yeah,
and the bricks.
it's not a flamethrower. It's a flamethrower. It's called not a flamethrower. Flamethrower. That's so
Lol.
confusing. Lol.
I know.
And even like if you see every year, like the biggest tech event would be CES, like Consumer Electronics Show, and like people would
Yeah.
go to Las Vegas Convention Center just for that, and like you could see the ballingest latest technology. This year it actually changed into I think Zoom meetings, and like people would be assigned breakout rooms for each and every product
Yeah.
showcase.
For each and every device, the production show. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
yeah, if you saw in that, you could actually see LG coming out with some rollable phone, I guess.
Yeah. I think I saw a clip somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think LG. Yeah. They did show it in the CES, I guess.
and like even like I saw a lot of other stuff like Samsung coming out with some bunch of new panels, and yeah, Razer going on and on about their new Project Hazel and like how it like the
Yeah.
filter, the noise amplification, and like obviously
Is it
it's a
is it
Razer
real
speaker.
though?
It's in progress. Like it's called Project Hazel. It's in progress still.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure it's real because Razer has given some first April fools
I mean, like it
to everyone.
has, but like
The the,
even like if you see, it's actually like
the
a
flying
thing.
mouse, the
Oh,
flying mouse, it was
yeah.
was there, and then there was the
Project Venom, I guess.
oh yes, the drink for the gamers,
Yeah, and like the way they advertised it was like, oh my god. People were like,
as if it was real.
yeah, people were like, oh my god, is this a drug or something?
Right now,
Yeah,
when I saw the video of the flying mouse, I was so hyped for it because I didn't know it was a prank. I was
yeah,
so hyped for it,
yeah.
and I just researched about it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get this. It might be really expensive, but I'm gonna get this. And
I
then
mean, like
that's when I realized
people
that
are
it's a
gonna be like,
prank.
even if it's real, even if it's expensive, once in a lifetime you can get anything you want. It's you just live once. You live
Yeah, that's
once,
true.
you get stuff what you want, and then you
Yeah,
just oh my god, it's a prank. I mean, like Razer is like a fun company. I'm telling you.
yeah, it's a really fun company, and it's a company which has like a good heart.
Yeah, especially like when you talk about gamers. But like the thing is that Razer is like an Apple in gaming. Like even though like the products are a bit expensive, you just pay it for like the Razer quality stuff.
Yeah, for the Razer brand
Yeah,
that
it's mostly
yeah yeah
not the brand. It's all about their engineering inside. Like you don't buy an Apple product for the fast charging. It doesn't have fast charging. You
yeah
don't buy it
obviously
for the fast charging, or you don't buy it for like you. Some people do buy it for the camera, or like you don't buy it for like the amazing battery or something. You buy it
yeah
because of their overall package, like how good
yeah
it is, and
their
like the
software,
experience.
their everything, the whole experience
Yeah,
of the software. So yeah, that's why
mm.
people buy it,
And
and then the
like
little
yeah.
things Apple provides. Yeah, that's why people buy.
And like people even like even Apple doesn't provide any specs. Apple doesn't provide like we have 3 GB RAM, we have 64 GB
Yeah,
internal
yeah,
storage, but like
they
it's
don't do
all
that
about the
because
end user experience.
that how the user will feel when they use the product of Apple.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and like it impacts on like their loyalty, and people, oh my god, this product is so good, I'm gonna buy it from it next time. And that's how Apple built such an empire, and that's how people Apple actually trains people. Like if they remove the headphone jack, they get AirPods. If they
yeah,
remove the charger thingy,
they
they get
take a problem
MagSafe.
and then they solve that problem.
Yeah, create a problem, solve the solution, so sell the solution.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
like especially Samsung and Apple. If you see, Apple makes something, it makes remove something. Samsung makes fun of it, and Samsung immediately copies it. Like it
Oh yes. So when they removed the charger, Samsung put out a Twitter post that
included
your
with your
Galaxy phone
Galaxy.
comes out now. The charger is included with your Galaxy phone, and then the next flagship, boom, no charger.
Yeah, I mean, like
So
they
yeah,
did pretty hold pretty well in the headphone jack. Even like
yeah,
the
they did
S10
hold for like
series, S10 series still had a
yes,
headphone jack, but and the Note 10 they didn't. They don't own their stuff. Like if you tell Apple if they remove like the headphone jack, they say
mhm.
why they removed it, and they give out all of this nonsense like courage and
Yeah.
stuff.
Even though the reasons might be nonsense,
Yeah,
they actually own up to the things that yes, we
yeah.
have removed it. Yes, we have
Yeah, but
created a
like
new trend.
Samsung never told in the Note 10, uh, like the event. Samsung never
Uh,
told that it didn't have a headphone jack, and they didn't even give out dongles. Like 2016, Apple removed the headphone jack. 2018, Apple stopped giving dongles for the headphone, and 2020, they removed the chargers. It's like removing features. They don't add features. If you add features, you remove one. You add one, you remove one. It's like a compensation or something.
Yeah, it can't be just treating the customers properly.
Yeah.
They will remove a feature.
I mean, like I'm actually looking forward for like Xiaomi made its Mi 11 Mi 11 global launch yesterday, and it was pretty sweet. But like the thing that I was expecting was that the optional charger, but they didn't look forward into optional charger this time in the global launch. But in China, if you say there's like two sets, I guess. One
Oh
is
yeah,
like
the
with the
premium one,
charger
standard one.
and the standard one, and it's for free. That's the main part.
It's for free and such a fast charger.
Yeah, it's the 55 watt GAN charger, and people are like, okay, that's good value for money. If you want, and
Yeah,
like that makes you think if you want the charger, or you don't want the charger. It doesn't like force you, But
the
like,
people who actually care about the environment and they have a good charger
yeah,
already, they might actually they might not want the charger. So
yeah,
that that is the step everyone should have taken.
yeah,
But they just straight up removed it. The people who wanted the charger, who don't have a good charger, now they
yeah.
need to spend extra.
Or they
So
just
I
use their old 5-watt charger. That's it.
and that just
I
yeah,
mean,
that
like
just
there is one downside to Xiaomi's thing as well. It's not like because of the fact that they're providing a free charger. Every time, a lot of people say this: the charger that comes with your phone is the ideal charger for it. So people would obviously get chargers, especially like 55-watt GAN charger. People would not like. But people would be like, "Oh my God, eco-friendly and all those stuff." They would actually get the charger because they're gonna use it obviously. So they're actually
yeah.
gonna get the charger. So even if you look at like Xiaomi's Mi 11 pre-orders, Chinese pre-orders especially, less than like 5% actually order the eco-friendly version.
Yeah, but even the 5% makes a difference. As the other 95%, they were satisfied with their product at least. The
Yeah,
people who buy the Apple, they have and they didn't have an iPhone 11.
yeah,
They have to buy a new charger, so they aren't completely satisfied. You see.
yeah. It's all about the end user experience. Like we as customers or like humans, we only tell like what's actually good for us. Like, oh my God, they give a charger. That's really good company. That's really good value. I mean, like people
Mm,
actually take a note only of that.
yeah,
And like especially when you talk about value, a lot of companies come into your mind. Like this year OnePlus finally turned into a proper company from becoming like the value killer or something someone.
they should have been the flagship killer. They actually made flagship phones and
Yeah.
actually turned to the normal market instead of being to the enthusiast market.
And especially like even if you see OnePlus this year they released like a huge number of phones. OnePlus 8 Pro was okay. The 8T was okay. The Nord was fabulous actually, especially like
I know,
for the
right?
value for
It
money.
was really good for the people.
But there were some disappointing ones in the last end, like the N100, the N10, and the 80. One of them,
Yeah,
all three of them, they
weren't
kind of
exactly good.
they kind of disappointed me in a lot of ways
Mhm.
because of the fact that the last year's 70 stood out because of the fact that it actually had a telephoto camera and it had way better stuff for the price. But if you see like the 80, it has actually increased up like $50 or something from last year. But
And
it has like a monochrome sensor, a macro sensor,
uh-huh.
and it lacks some other features, which is kind of like pointless, especially
And
like.
there was something that happened because 80 could see through the plastic objects, right?
Yeah, that was the monochrome sensor of the 8 Pro. 8 Pro actually included a monochrome sensor, and
Mhm.
OnePlus fell into this controversy where if you could actually see through objects or even some people's clothes, which was a
Yeah,
big violation of privacy.
exactly.
Like people would be like go on the streets and give them X-ray vision. No way. That's really big. That's
Yeah,
really
then they
bad.
had to remove it. But then
Yeah,
the people who bought it already,
yeah.
it's kind of bad
I
for
mean,
the
like they
other.
did remove it with software updates. They did remove it with software. You could still use a color filter camera, but you can do X-rays and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually good.
But like again, like color filter camera, not many people use it. Macro cameras, especially 2 megapixel macro cameras, not many people are happy to use it or even use it actually.
Exactly. Not many people use it. A 2
Yeah,
megapixel macro camera. It's not even that useful. So yeah.
yeah, and like people are like if people don't use it because of the poor quality, and people it's just like how you draw cameras like on your iPhone 6s to show that I have an iPhone 11 Pro that looks like an iPhone 6s or something. Like how people fake flex.
Yeah, I have this. I have that. So yeah, people do it.
Yeah, and like if you come to a conclusion of 2020, what will it actually be for you?
I guess it was a year of learning, and yeah, people did face hardships, but all of us did get something out of it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean like
and
it
many
was a
things
mixed
came out.
experience, big
Yeah,
mixed experience. So we're actually gonna end the show by now. So thank you guys for listening. So if you
uh,
guys want another episode of this, do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. and catch you guys on the next episode of Persona
Yes.
Spotlight.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.